Welcome to Roll to One. I'm Jaden Arnold, and I'm hoping that you're ready to watch someone die. Just kidding. We're not on the dark side of YouTube. We're here to watch someone pretend to die. So without further ado, let's get ready for tonight's episode of Whispers of Old Harbor. I don't know. I'm here.
Wow,
you planning on killing
field,
me?
my gracious.
You planning on killing me?
You guys never just like
Good.
finish a sentence and you're like, yep, that started differently.
Yep.
And then in the middle of the narrative, Jaden's going to go, and there's a king of the hose, and Harry dies.
Yeah, and you're dead. The end. No, just kidding. The group journeyed to Harborview Fisheries Co., where they encountered dubious dock workers and dishonest practices. They collectively persuaded the workers to depart, cornering the dock leader, Ray, to gain access to a diving suit. The suit was necessary, though, is necessary, to reach the hatch and drain, of course, beneath the bay, allowing them to access what Sinclair aimed to seal off permanently with concrete. The music is creepy.
It is.
Not sure I like it, but you know.
We're about to go underwater, or at
Honestly,
least
it's
I'm
appropriate.
about to go underwater.
It's appropriately slimy for an underwater excursion.
All right, so you are in, Harry Henderson, you are in a diving suit. Yes, reminiscent of the Scooby-Doo person that you're referring
Villain.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a
Great
fun
episode.
It
Captain
is.
Cutler.
It's fun.
This is a good one.
But anyway, the reason is obviously because, you know, people die in those things and it makes sense. So I hope that you do not. I keep saying that, but like genuinely, this is a horrible situation for you.
Yes.
I mean, we really probably should have had Ray do it, but here we are.
Well, narratively, it's more fun if I do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So before I put my helmet on, before
Yep.
we're all secure, it's like, all right, guys. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to communicate with you while I'm down
Oh no,
there.
you can. There's a tube and they have it.
I thought that was for
Pull
the
twice.
air.
Pull.
It's in the air.
As in, like, it's open air. It's not connected to a pump.
There's no oxygen pump. It's just
Oh.
you're gonna die.
Oh, my.
Unless the only way, unless there is a manual pump in that dock to hook it up to pump air down to him, he is just breathing back and forth through that long
It's a
tube, which he
snorkel.
would die
It's
of
a snorkel.
which he could potentially die
a
of
long-
carbon
It's a snorkel.
dioxide poisoning.
It's a snorkel.
Yeah.
And you can talk to them because they'll hear the echo through the tube.
Yep.
Well, you can,
I'm not sure if
you'll
physics works
block
that
his
way.
air.
I don't know if physics works at all that way, but you know what? We're here.
Basically, he only has a certain amount of time before he would suffocate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
Hang on.
It would just be longer than he'd be able to survive
You know,
longer than
Ray,
holding
I
his
think
breath.
that I should go. I think it'll be honorable.
Looking back.
I regret all decisions that led me
Nope,
to
nope,
this.
nope. We're doing it live.
This is the last diving suit, so don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Thanks.
sucks.
Yes.
Which
Well, we
is
need to
highly
know.
suspicious that all of the
Hey,
other ones
you
are
know,
gone as
if
well.
you die, we can roll up Ray right now.
So Ray just
No.
okay. You know that would be entertaining, and I'll just play Ray. Okay.
I'm really hoping you don't die. But I will say that part of the reason I'm joking like this is because it is kind of the most horrifying thing to imagine most people doing. Like claustrophobia, oxygen deprivation, drowning, the
Darkness.
like it's all like this is horrible. Right? So
Do I even have? Am I gonna have a light?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, how do we get light down there?
It'd be a
it's
negative
evening.
Ghost Rider.
It's evening.
Well, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. 50
No, it's
50 feet
must be
underwater.
well
I regret
thank
all
you
my
thank you,
decisions.
Mr. Dock Worker. See you later.
No.
Yeah, no.
I just grab her as he tries to walk away. No, you're staying here.
What are we looking for when he goes down there?
I don't know what you're trying to do. It's
Trying to
it's
fix-
open. It's stuck.
It's open.
There's cement in there,
No, there's not. We didn't pour it yet.
so
Okay.
it's just stuck open,
Yeah.
and you need to close it and then pour cement.
Right, so we were gonna close it and then break the mechanism, and then that would have closed it. But because it's stuck open, we had to pour cement in.
So you have poured cement.
No.
No. They have the
They
powder
have
over the
to.
cranks on the
They
side.
need
No,
to.
you Yahoo showed up just before we. You friends showed up just in time to foil the plans of the evil big bad Sinclair, as you keep telling me.
Okay.
Cost me $50. He did.
Your sarcasm is not very becoming of you.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Well. All right.
Are we trying to close it?
So,
See what's in
Well,
it,
for-
why he wants it
we're,
closed.
we're,
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna see what happens first. So, so I'm gonna be able to communicate with you at least some through the tube. I'm gonna need to go rather quickly because my air supply is gonna be limited.
Ray, real quick question. Sorry for
Yeah.
interrupting. Ray, how long do you usually have people down there for maintenance purposes?
I say that.
Without people getting
Yeah, no, he would
going
have
unconscious.
just about enough time to roll one basic move and then maybe something on his playbook.
Cool.
Do we,
Fourth wall break.
Should we tie a rope to you and then be able to?
Yep.
Hoist them out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got him.
Yep.
100%. That's what I was gonna do. If I pull 3 times sharply on the rope, get me out quick.
Yep.
If I just pull twice, that means I'm coming back.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, it's heavy, so it's like.
I got it.
So just as you're about to, put
I
on
mean,
the helmet,
swimming back with it only. I mean, so
you
we
know,
would
I
have
would
to
say,
still
in this
hold
moment,
it.
here's what's gonna
I
happen here.
should write down 2. is
You're about to
coming
jump
back,
in, right?
3 is-
They've tied you up. Everything's
yes.
the best
Go
scenario
in, jump
for you.
in. Not sure if that's
So you see, you're about to stepped into
Yeah,
the water, and
yeah.
just as he's about to step in, you guys hear, blop, 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 and he steps into the water. And then you literally you're wearing a steel trap, and you just
Yeah.
fall down.
Yeah.
And then you hit the bottom. You guys hear, and then you hear nothing other than.
You're like, this is.
And then you hear the small, the echoing of them talking.
Oh, okay.
You're
Don't breathe
50
into the
feet down
tube.
into a tube.
Are you down there?
Yes. I'm going.
All right, so your choice. You can read a bad situation or investigate a mystery.
I was like, let me
Let me help him.
shoot into the water.
well-
Oh wait, you can't shoot into the water.
I know.
With
Wait,
any-
I'm gonna actually do the thing to help him after he does.
After?
Uh,
I don't, you
Like
have to help.
after he does his roll.
Well, yeah, to determine whether or not he even needs a roll.
Well, yeah, no, it's gonna be something to help him get out of the water later.
Oh.
Oh.
You gonna throw some? What is it in Harry Potter? Dill something? No, it's
Gillyweed?
Gillyweed.
Gilly?
Gilly.
No.
I just dabbed twice
Ugh.
earlier this morning.
How old are you?
Old enough.
Yeah.
Old enough to dab, apparently.
He dabs responsibly.
Okay. I'm going to investigate a mystery.
Okay. Roll to investigate a mystery. You are down there in the pitch black, exploring with your hands alone.
Oof.
Not terrible.
Let's see, plus sharp, so +2. So 9.
Yeah.
Okay, that was better than I thought. So I get to ask one question
Yes.
from this list.
I still have a question too.
Because I will tell you. Here's what I'll tell you. You find the hatch.
Uh-huh.
You are holding the hatch. It budges ever so. You can choose to close the hatch if you like.
And
But
so that's before I ask the question.
as you are looking around, you hear or see the reflection bubbles coming from below. Roll to investigate a mystery. Bam, here we are.
Okay. Okay, so just to make sure I'm clear. So I'm down there. I find the hatch. I can potentially close it, but somehow I see bubbles coming up.
You see the soft
From-
glow of bubbles. You're in. I would imagine you're in like a very blue. Like if we were gonna put the movie on this,
Right.
you're in a very blue. You can barely make out the algae-covered bottom
Right.
as you're sort of just looking at a wash of the same color. You
Uh-huh.
can sort of still see the lights on in the facility. Let you look down.
Right.
And you're just kind of like looking around to the best of your ability, but it's all just a wash of blue and green.
Right. All right.
These large seaweeds in your way, etc.
Okay.
You're not pitch black.
Yeah. So, bubbles coming up. So, sorry, I'm just trying to think of going through the list. So,
Sure.
What sort of creature is it? Probably not. What can it do? Just bubbles. Can it hurt? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it doing here? What is being concealed here?
It's a great question. What is being concealed here is a passage. Like you understand as you kind of see the bubbles that the air pocket is still there. There's enough leaking air in there
Right.
to determine that there may be A, movement, or B, that the water is still fluctuating enough that you could potentially go to the other end of this.
And I can't tell exactly how far that is.
No, that's where it starts to get pitch black.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. I just wasn't.
I will say that you can see down, like almost like if the tube was L-shaped, that's kind of what you're seeing. You're seeing the bottom of the L as it goes into the thing. It's man-sized. You could be in there.
Right.
So now, as you have now done your one move, you
Yeah.
understand that you have maybe one more to before you are needing to come back up for air.
Right.
The air gets thin. You start to think a little bit harder
Slower.
about being underwater.
Right. Start
You
to
feel your heartbeat.
hyperventilate a little bit.
But it's
Go
not
breathe
enough
fast.
that it's like, you're not going to be like, it's
Right.
just very like,
Yeah.
While he's deciding this, up on the dock, I'm going to turn to Ray and be like, do you have an auger that you would hold a boat in the dock, like crank a boat into the dock and hold it in place?
yeah, oh yeah, it's right there.
Okay, so I hook up the rope that he's attached to that, so that way we can crank him
Oh,
up
nice.
faster
Yeah.
instead of trying to
That's
manually pull him up.
Smart.
Yeah, that's very smart.
I'm only a little offended, but it's a good call.
Save your money for something else.
So can I roll to read a bad situation? I know you gave me the option earlier.
Right. So I guess here's the scenario. You've investigated this space. Are you continuing to go in and then read that situation? Or are you going to just wait till they pull you up? Because that's really the question.
Right. So see, I have enough. Since I'm down here, I will go. I'll go in just to kind of see if I can see any lights or see if I can see anything else down in there, knowing that if I do the 3 pulls, they'll be able to pull me out quickly.
So you
Quickly-ish.
step over to the edge of the large hole
Uh-huh.
and you jump into it and you sink down underneath and you look, and just at the end of this tunnel you see light coming from the other end of the tunnel. Somewhere about halfway through this pipe there's another upward direction pipe that, because it should just go on and
Right,
just
yeah,
go
yeah.
out into the water.
Uh-huh.
But about halfway through it goes up. Not halfway through, but like about
Yeah.
far enough that you can see it goes up, and there's light coming from that direction.
Okay. So just to clarify, so
Towards the ocean.
Yeah. I go down there. I see light at the far end of the tunnel, but I can see how halfway through the tunnel there's another upper inlet. Right.
No, the upper inlet is where the light is coming from.
Upper inlet.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. I'm
Yep.
just
No,
making
you're
sure. Okay. So I'll be like, okay. And then I will pull 3 times on the rope because I'm sure oxygen is getting lower. I know I'm not going to be able to get all the way up.
Read
so,
a bad situation as they begin to pull you.
Let's see. 9. So, one question. Are there any dangers we have not noticed?
Ooh, sounds like I know the answer to that question.
I mean, I'm not going to just say yes, but yes. But I will say, here's what I'll say. I will say, as you're being pulled away, you don't know if it's the fact that your vision is starting to dim, or if it's the reality of the situation. But as you're being pulled up, you sort of see stonework along the side wall. right? You see stonework along the sidewall of each of this as it kind of goes up towards the thing. They built this base out of stone as they packed stones in. And on its way up, you see almost a reflection of a rune on the wall. Kind of gives way ever so slightly and illuminates the similar colored light as the light you saw down the hall. And you finish going up.
And what color is that?
That is a greenish hue.
Greenish hue. Okay. Okay. And is that greenish hue because of the water, or because it actually is greenish? Or can I tell that?
The danger you have not noticed is that there is another way in.
Okay. All right. So they're pulling me up. I break the water. Break the surface of the water.
I'll say probably that sigil you see, that rune sigil, whatever, you see about 15 feet below the surface of the water. That's when you notice it.
Okay. So, and then when you say another way into,
I'll say
what?
that hits your, that information hits your antenna. It hits your weird. It hits your, I don't know why I know that, but I know.
Right, and I'm able to. Yep.
As we pull him out, take off the top of your thing, and you are now here.
Yes, I'm sitting on the side, still in the suit with the helmet off.
So what was down there?
I'm never going to take oxygen for granted again. Okay, so a couple things. One, I don't know how cement is going to dry underneath water, but that's a question for another time. Two, it's big enough that I was able to go down into it just a little bit. Just wanted to see what was down there. And there was another. Once I got to the bottom, there was another tunnel that looks to be coming up. So it looks like there's another entrance in.
Look at Ray.
Huh.
No, he's just looking at Ray to see if Ray reacts, I assume.
There's another way in.
What about Ray leads you to believe that he's clueless?
I would say probably the emotion behind his eye that he's just like,
Yeah, you just read it loud and
just
clear.
read it, yeah.
He has no idea.
So it looks like there may be, and there was some sort of greenish light. I'm not 100% sure if it was pure green or if it was just the color of the water, but there is another way to get down into that thing. Also, I noticed as I was coming up, there seemed to be some sort of runes drawn on the side of the wall. And I'm not.
Do you remember what they look like?
Yeah, I can try and draw it. Let me get out of this suit so I don't get paper wet.
Fair enough.
So you're gonna try to draw it?
Well, I'm gonna get out of the suit, and then once I do that, I'll grab my notebook and I'll draw it to the best of my.
Hey, Ray,
Yeah, roll plus weird.
Which way was the
No,
entrance
seriously, roll to use magic.
headed?
Sorry.
No, you're good. 5.
Well, mark experience.
Yes, very much so. And then as I'm doing that, to Sammy's question, I'll pause, kind of look to see, just using sense of direction. I'll point towards the direction where the other tunnel seemed to be, which.
So he draws the symbol. He points towards the direction of this rune symbol thing that he's trying to gesture. He kind of draws the thing, and just as he finishes drawing it, Charlie, you see he kind of curls his pen at the end, and he's haphazardly drawing an active sigil. And you see that as he does it,
I'm sorry. I haven't
There
made
is
this
a
one weird.
problematic side effect to what he just did.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I able to interpret what that problematic side effect would be with my experience of studying oddities and magic?
With your experience with
Or-
oddities and magic, you're not familiar with the Eldritch.
Yes.
So this is new to you. So I will
Yes.
give you the option. You can roll to use magic to replicate what he's done correctly,
Yeah.
or you can just get a +1 ongoing to any interactions with runes in the future. I'll just give you that.
Okay.
Like so ongoing for the rest of this mystery,
Yep.
you have a +1 when dealing with these runes because of what you noticed.
All right.
But I'll let you, if you want, you can trade that for knowing what the side effect is.
If I don't sense that it's an immediate hazard to Harry, I'll probably let it slide and let it slide for the moment and look into it to take care of it in the near future.
Yes, Quentin is selfish. Charlie is playing in the fiction.
No, that's fair.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's
Yeah.
good. I think in this moment, yes, you do not have an immediate like what could have gone wrong, but you do know that something did,
Yeah.
and that's why you have a +1.
Yeah. Plus, Charlie's used to taking care of himself anyway, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you guys all look at this rune, this thing on the wall, barely. You can only sort of see its reflection now that he's pointed it out. But yet about 15 feet under the water, you see this strange symbol that sort of surpasses your imagination as far as how it's described. It's less angular and more swirly, but he does a pretty good recreation of it.
But not exact.
Certainly not.
All right. Charlie, you have any idea what that symbol means?
It's not anything within my wheelhouse of study, but I did get some reference material from our friend at the bookstore, so maybe I'll be able to find something in that to figure out exactly what that means.
All right.
Do you want to do the rune or the sigil in this case?
Yes, I do.
All right. Roll to use magic with your +1 ongoing.
So that is 5 plus 3 for my weird
Plus 1.
1, so 9.
Okay. It works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch.
My wrong page. Here we go.
I will say your effect sort of is to open said doorway.
Okay.
That was kind of what the thing was. So, yeah, you're doing one thing that is beyond human limitation, which is to open an eldritch doorway.
Okay. The glitch is that. Oh man, I'm fighting with myself if I want to make it an easy glitch or if I want to make something that follows on trend with what's been going on. You know what? I'm going to go with what's been going on with the story. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention.
That makes the most sense.
Okay. As the water begins to pour through an open Doctor Strange-style portal that opens in that location on the far wall, green sort of sparks begin to, from the center outward, open up, and you just see a buttload of water just drain in until it's just below that circle, and then just as kind of like it finishes that, just as sort of it finishes the. Yep, music happened. Just as it sort of finishes going through, you see this like single tentacle on the legs where the legs should be, and the upper torso, a head with an endless spiral of teeth comes out into the water and is now stirring in that space. Now, yes, immediate unwanted attention. It knows you're there and sort of like looks up in your direction, but it's not sort of concerned. You see this one has a spear in its hand. The spear has kind of like I guess what would be like a twirl of like tentacles, and then like an octopus head that comes to a pretty wide point. So it's more like a spade as far as the spear is concerned.
Yeah.
And then where the bottom should be, it's sort of like twirling tentacles. So it looks like an octopus head.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Visually, that's great.
It holds the spear kind of like in the water and is like guarding this portal.
Okay, so
Not another one of these.
And I will say, you guys are far enough away that you're not having to like interact with it. But I will say, the only person that can look at it for too long without going mad is the one who doesn't believe in magic, and that's Harry Henderson. That's me. So Harry, you can look at it without taking the one harm that engages when you do stare at it for too long. So any
Right.
sort of investigation of this creature, you're the only one at the table that can truly do without any long-term side effects.
Right.
okay. Wait, do we have to fight this thing?
So I'm
Probably.
In order to get in, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have my pistol just there, just kind of watching it, kind of see what it's doing. It does not seem to be advancing in an aggressive manner. It's just guarding the
Yeah,
portal,
it
right?
seems to be guarding the door.
I don't think that we necessarily need to attack it right now, but I'm gonna keep an eye on this thing until we either leave or it leaves.
I mean, how are we gonna get in there?
Try a light.
Yeah, your
Well,
flashlight that you carry instead of a gun. That was
Well,
just-
the last
make
monster.
fun of me now when it was pretty
no,
helpful
I'm
the
just,
last time.
No, you know, it's right. It's helpful. I just think it's silly. There, I said it.
I am going to choose. I'm going to risk it for the biscuits. You said investigating. Investigating is going to cause harm. I'm going to try to tune in to the creature.
Okay, so
Oh.
tell me what that does.
All right, so
His new
yeah.
ability. Yeah.
What perfect timing!
All right, so I make
It's almost like this was planned.
I make a.
I did not plan anything.
Oh, okay.
No.
I make a weird roll, and depending on what I get, I can ask a certain number of questions, such as where is the creature right now, what is it planning to do right now, who is it going to attack next, who does it regard as the biggest threat, and how can I attract its attention. So I'm going to tune into it and hopefully get some answers on what could potentially be done to help us get past it.
Take out my Tommy gun.
So he tunes in.
There we went. Can I borrow another
numbers of five.
four-sided? Thank you. That would be 14.
Yes.
Wow. All right, so I believe you hold 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so take 1 harm
Yep.
just for
Looking at
staring into the abyss
Yep.
and
of
having
its
it look back.
rotating teeth.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm going to see. I'm going to do 2. Who does it regard as the biggest threat?
That's interesting. That's an interesting question. I would tell you, as you sort of tune in, you hear this like, and then you just sort of perceive, and then in your memory. So have you ever like had deja vu?
Yes.
Obviously. When you have deja vu, it feels like you've dreamt it before, and that part of your brain sort of tricks you into seeing something that isn't a memory as a memory. Right? So you witness a face covered in tentacles, red eyes staring back at you, and an octopus-like appendage sticking out the back of his head. Now, you do not see any wings or anything else, so it's not Cthulhu.
Yes.
But it's something similar. It's something otherworldly.
Uh-huh.
And it does not regard any of you as the biggest threat, but in fact the thing that could eat it for breakfast.
And I just turn to the other guys, to the other people in the group, and I go, well, it's not scared of us,
Well,
but...
that's not comforting.
Are we trying to go through this portal?
Potentially, seeing as
Do I just have to?
Do we? Then
How can I attract its attention?
it's not the.
How can you attract its attention?
It distracts it. Maybe that's helping us out.
So I'll tell you, I'll make you.
Feel
What's
the
amazing about the choices that you've made at the beginning of this game is that it was not prompted by me. Is that you've chosen flashlight as your weapon, which is in fact the greatest weapon against this creature, because this creature is vulnerable to really only one thing, and that is light.
That's what I said. You're welcome.
I think you're sort of
I
like
think we should
you're-
listen
sort
to
of-
the girl
I
more
think you're
often.
processing and you're like
Thank
you're
you.
like what would distract this thing? You sort of say it out loud, and then Catherine just like hits you with your flashlight.
Well, the funny
agree,
thing
yes.
is that I have a flashlight too because why would Catherine?
No, I
carry
get
a
it. I love
weapon?
it.
Mhm.
So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I just pull it out
Remember,
and
you
then-
still have your connect the dots moves.
yeah, but I don't like any of those questions.
Okay, that's cool.
Plus
mean-
our.
Yeah, but shut up. I don't like those questions.
I mean, I kind of already know what the monster wants, I guess.
to protect.
Wait.
I
To
mean, we're
protect the
assuming-
portal.
Yeah.
So I guess it's okay. I have 3. So what does the monster want from this? This is person, but
Who are you referring to?
him.
Who does the monster want? What does the monster want from this person?
Yeah.
So the answer to that question, you're just like, okay, why? I'm not sure I quite understand all of these things. I'm not quite sure I'm processing what's happening. You're sort of thinking hard. You're like, why is this monster allowing us to stand in front of it? Why is Charlie being allowed to look into this thing? These things are more powerful than us. I'm not sure I quite even understand what it is. Right? And then Charlie says, guys, and he tells you about this thing he just saw and his sort of memory, sort of remembering this thing. And I feel like Charlie, you remember it in such a way that feels like 100 years ago. And you're sort of like, this thing wants to be made known.
Made known.
Yes, it wants to be sort of announced finally with the trumpet sound. It is here.
It wants
It wants
release.
it wants to be let out.
Yep.
Big old doors.
Where are we going to release?
No.
To the people? This is probably what's causing more fishermen to be.
Do we have to just kill it?
Or put it back.
What was that sound? Was
Like
that you
the time-
sneezing like
the-
Donald Duck or what? I feel like Stitch.
That was.
I just wonder if do we put it back?
What happens if you close the sigil?
I assume.
There's another way
Well,
down.
you still have one more question, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. What? And one of the questions is, what is the intentions of the monster?
No, it's what is it planning to do right now?
Oh, okay.
Is the closest. So.
Well, that's
yeah.
if that answer is kill us, then we kill it. If
Yeah.
it's not, then maybe we can figure something out.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
But also, like, if it's
No,
defend the
that's a valid-
door,
Yeah.
then if we're trying to go through the
then
door,
we can always come back.
Yeah. Or
Potentially.
just go ahead and lure it away or whatever.
Maybe
And
one more healthier.
get somebody behind it. So. Sure. What is it planning to do right now?
What is what?
What is the creature in front of the portal planning to do right now?
So
Just
I'm
answer
gonna give you the
menacingly.
name of this creature as well.
Okay.
What is one of the many mouths planning to do right now? One of the many mouths is planning on guarding this doorway because it is what is beyond is important to it. Now, that information is relative. Important to it how?
Right.
It's obviously still the next question, but I cannot give you that answer. Yes, one of the many mouths. This gargle of speech enters your mind, and the only thing that comes out is English. Many mouths. You've encountered one of the many mouths before.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Can I just shine my flashlight at it and see what it does?
Roll to kick some ass.
Oh dear.
And as As
Not
she
good.
as she does this and she points her flashlight, I just want to add a little flair to it. I noticed that there is an insignia on the bottom that is the same as the insignia on the bottom of my flashlight.
Oh, no, that's
Okay.
not good.
Sweet.
Yep.
I have a -1 to tough, so it's 5.
Mark experience.
Yeah, I don't think you can even like sort of even come close to that. Okay, so you mark experience,
Yeah.
which is great. Yeah. So immediately you look at it, you shine a light. It sort of goes and like sort of like looks at you, like kind of you process and you look a little bit too long. You just take 1 harm just for looking at it.
Are we trying to go through this thing? We're trying to go through this door.
And it's
Yes
sort of
or
like,
no?
I'll tell you, you're holding your flashlight on it and it's not wanting to come any close. But I'll tell you right now, if you pull your flashlight away and do anything else other than focus on this creature, it's going to lunge at the group
Okay.
because it has now been
so
sort
now I
of
have to
provoked.
just-
She's just literally like, you're taking 1 harm right now, basically sort of perpetually,
initial,
sort of
yeah.
perpetually, not really like ongoing,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah,
you're in
yeah.
this moment, your 1 harm is sort of slowly going up to 100%. And then once you look away, your 1 harm is
Is it
taken.
focused on her?
It's focused on the fact that there's a flashlight on it, and it can't move any closer as long as that's
So
happening.
like if I shoot it, would I get like a help because it's not focused
She's
on me?
unable to help out because she's currently engaged in
because
just
I'm
keeping
trying
it.
to keep it.
Right.
It's sort of like a hockey,
I mean,
air
I
hockey
mean, I don't
in
know
a
if
way
it's
that
gonna
she's
do
sort of
anything.
bouncing the thing
Like I don't know
away.
if we're gonna shoot this thing and the bullets are gonna do anything.
Well, we know that when we attacked the one that we've come across before, we were able to do something. But this one has a spear that it can throw.
And this one has a more corporeal body to it, so it might be easier to hit than the shadow that we fought before.
To each
That
one.
is a good.
You stand over here, I'll stand over here. We just.
I will say it is like evening. It is like the sun is setting. I will say.
So the light
Right.
is going away.
Charlie, will you get your flashlight out too?
I go ahead and get out my flashlight, and I go. I'm not sure if this is the best plan.
You gonna help
but-
out?
Yep, I'll help out.
All right,
This
roll to
is-
help out. Take 1 harm.
Yep.
Oh dear.
You just
What?
do it
Yeah, I know.
because
Didn't he already take 1
actually
harm from
no.
looking
That
at
would be yeah. He took 1 harm from looking at it earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so he takes another harm.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
okay.
re-looking
Yeah,
back at
I mean-
it to-
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha, okay.
unfortunately, it's like you suffer a little harm, like whatever, all these things, but like you gotta suffer some harm just for doing it.
No,
Yep.
no, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm just making sure that.
Yep.
Well, no, roll to help out, and then you will expose yourself to trouble or danger. Let's do that because
Okay.
her thing was actually kick some ass. Let's play by the rules a little bit.
Okay.
Roll to help out, and then if should you fail, then you will take yourself the 1 harm.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you're gonna be able to be clever, and we'll make it work.
Okay.
So, are you gonna try to? He's rolling to help out. You're kicking ass,
Yeah.
correct?
I guess.
So, roll
I
to kick
have
ass.
to, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass out after I look. at
7.
this
Oh. poop.
So I
And
get.
only if you fail to kick some ass.
All right.
So the
Yeah.
roll to
So.
help out,
fail.
It's the expose myself to trouble or danger. Do I still take that second harm or no?
You will expose yourself to trouble or danger. You just take the 1 harm.
Okay.
I guess if Sammy's gonna be kicking some ass, I'm gonna kick some ass too.
So, what did you roll? Dude, you have too many dice out there.
I
Which
know,
one are the
I
ones you
need
just
to-
rolled?
I literally don't. I literally
I,
Just
don't.
roll.
I mean,
I do not remember.
I know the answer. I saw which 2 dice you
Oh,
were doing.
what is it?
You rolled a 4 and a 2, and you have a +2 tough, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
8.
8
Yeah.
plus
One's 9.
1 is 9.
One,
That's
9,
it.
yep.
9.
Nice.
And I will roll to kick ass
So
also.
your 9 is just you
Two.
inflicting harm on each other. You inflict harm to him. You take 1 harm.
Pass out.
You don't pass out.
I go to 4.
Right. So what does it say?
I'm unstable.
Thank you. What is unstable versus what? Unconscious. You're unstable, not unconscious. Now,
So
what does
you're-
unstable due to madness look like to you, Sammy?
He starts giggling.
What does it look like for you?
Be like, what is happening?
What is Sammy going unstable? You're going to start to die, right? Meaning I'm going to basically, when people fail stuff, you're going to take harm.
Oh.
So you're going mad slowly. What does the first instance of that look like?
Great.
Standing there.
I think it's just kind of
In shock.
drop everything and just kind of rub my eyes and my temple, and I'm just trying to, like, it's a giant migraine.
He like bends down really quick. I mean, I don't think he realizes it, but he's sort of just like,
Like
He's
getting,
sorta-
kind of like getting hit with a flashbang.
yeah.
What's Ray doing?
Ray is experiencing a similar phenomenon.
Bummer.
I mean, this is the first eldritch creature that he's probably come across.
Yeah.
Hopefully for his sake.
I will say, in the presence of me, you guys have partially succeeded a couple times and also failed a couple times, and also welcome to the side effect. The side effect is madness affects more than one person.
Got you. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm choosing Ray because I'm nice right now. So it should happen again. It will all pick somebody else.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so I also rolled to kick some ass. Since Sammy did, I rolled a 7.
Yep. So you do not take the 1 harm.
I do not take the 1 harm.
Lucky, I can't hit you at range right now, but it's coming.
He has a spear. Yes, you can throw a spear. How much damage have we inflicted upon? Or did we
Probably
inflict?
1 harm.
Let's see.
I've dealt 1 harm.
Oh,
Damn.
yes.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
We don't know.
Okay, fair. Okay, so, and then I'm just gonna keep looking at it, kind of see how it's reacting to us trying to shoot it.
So you did how much harm to it?
Oh, I didn't roll for damage. I rolled a 7.
Oh, to help me.
Oh,
No, to kick some ass.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I rolled to kick some ass.
Yeah, so you dealt 1 harm.
Yeah. I guess.
Can I? Hey, I dropped my time again, by the way.
Yeah, yes.
Right. Oh, you dropped it? All right. So did you drop it in the water or no?
Well, is the whole floor covered in water?
No. Did you drop?
No,
did
I
you drop
dropped
it?
it on.
So how much
the
harm
dock.
have we dealt to it total?
2.
Okay. And then you just shot and did some damage?
Yes. I mean, since Sammy shot, I shot too.
Right, so that was the 2 damage?
Yes.
And the creature just like absorbs the shots and takes some damage, but like
Right, but it doesn't seem to be too
doesn't seem to be
effective.
phased.
Okay.
And now here we go. So here's what's happening. It's going to begin trying to swim between you two. Not going to attack either of you, but it is going to go for the man that is currently like just swimming as fast as it can in your direction.
I'll let him do it first.
No, go ahead. What was yours? No, what's yours?
I was just going to step with the flashlight towards Sammy to block it.
Oh, I was going to do something similar. I was going to use magic to bar a place or portal to a specific person or type of creature. So I was going to bar the dock area outside
Do
of
that.
the water from that creature being able to get out of the water.
Okay, so it sort of like swims in your direction, lunging really quickly. Roll to use magic, and then roll to protect someone.
Oh, bummer.
What's the difference between use magic and big magic?
Big magic is like a ritual, and there's a lot more things.
Nice.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, 8.
8. So you you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. Depends on what happens here.
9. So I get a glitch.
Okay. What you get to choose your glitch.
The effect is weakened.
Okay. I would just imagine this. You see, as Charlie sort of like, he looks down at his like flashlight for a second, and he sort of just like holds up his hands, and you see as like the kind of glowing symbol on the flashlight kind of glows, and then the camera whips around, and you see on his hand is an equally glowing sigil, and as like kind of the water comes up over, you see as the water kind of like drips along like a rounded edge, as you see Charlie sort of holding a portal. As he goes, he knows that the effect is weakened, and it goes, and you see this spear kind of shatter this sort of invisible field as it sort of like cracks with glass shards sort of all over all of you. And yeah, that's the one moment. You managed to do it. You don't take any harm. You're protected. It was not a failure.
Can I do anything when unstable?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Oh, well, I think Tommy...
It's just if you fail, if anyone
Tommy?
fails,
Oh my
you
God.
start taking damage. That's the
Why
idea.
did I say Tommy? The gun is a Tommy.
Yeah.
Take out the pistol and just scream, ah!
Yeah, go ahead and kick some ass.
Oh, no.
Oh no! 5. Mark experience and take 1 harm. Oh, actually, no, we're right
Actually-
there with the spear. So hold on.
No,
What?
I'm using a luck.
Okay.
I changed the roll to a 12. I'm also doing a precision attack.
Okay.
Smart.
So you see in this moment, no timey-wimey stuff, but you see as this creature's coming up with a spear, he goes, ah! And then like the spear, there's no more shield, it's all gone.
Yep.
And this spear kind of comes up his direction, and he hits it multiple times with the gun, and the
So-
creature's like,
With my pistol,
so what is your, hold on,
I
what
do
is your,
2
yeah,
close harm,
okay,
and then because I did a precision strike, that's 4, and then my precision, and then because I rolled a 12, I'm gonna do double.
so 8 doubled,
No, just 8.
so just 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's taken 2,
Yep.
so that's 10.
8 more 10. Yeah.
So now, what was your advanced effect?
My
So for no harm at all?
Double.
To deal double.
Double, so then you're still going to take harm.
Yeah.
So it comes up to you, and it's sort of like, as he's like, ah, bang, bang, you see this creature like, and hit you right here within the shoulder with this like, with this spear.
Very broad-headed spear.
Ooh, you did not fail, so I'm not gonna do what I was gonna do. But yeah, you're gonna take 3 harm. Just, boom, into your arm.
Dying.
He's dying.
He's okay.
Can
So
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna ask. So
3 total. Not
so what
one
happens when
spear
he's
and then
dying?
3 additional.
You just take 3 total harm. Are you dying?
Yep. I had 4, and now that was 3. Yeah,
What's-
I was.
can
I was.
I
I had.
yell at
I mean,
Ray?
that's
No, that's
if
good.
I wasn't.
That's fair. I mean, narratively, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Can I yell at Ray to find first aid, like a kit, or
Yeah, you can tell Ray to find first aid.
okay?
Or just drag him out of there. It'd probably be better just to drag.
I mean, I
Sammy
will say
away.
here's Ray right now.
He's curled up in a ball on the floor.
It's not funny, but like,
Yeah.
No, I mean it's terrifying.
I know.
There's this endless mouthed creature that's just in front of you. One of the many mouths.
okay, hang on. So if you have harm, how do you hang on? You need first aid, correct?
Yeah, you can just do first aid. You can do 1 to him if you want to.
That way he's not dying.
Yes.
And then, do I have first aid?
1 to 3 harm wounds improve when you receive first aid later when you rest. So if you want to heal him, you walk up to him
Yeah.
and you're going to give him first aid.
Yes.
Meaning, if you're fine. You're just going to give him first aid.
Yes. That way you're not dying.
Great. So she walks up as this creature's like, and swings its weapon around. It's going to try to kill someone next. But go ahead and roll. You go ahead and roll a d6, 1 through 3, and then I guess 1 through 3, and then 1 through 3 basically is the idea of how you're going to heal. Does that make sense?
1, 2, 3, or
And then
4, 5,
6 is 1, 2, 3. Make sense? Go ahead.
Ready?
Yep.
1.
So you gain 1, just immediately 1.
Am I still
Is it-
mad?
No, it says 1 to 3 harm wounds improve. Never mind. I'm reading this wrong. Nope. You just can't. You require
healed.
first aid to become stable. So you're just stable. Right now. You're not dying. You're just stable. Wait. 4 harm wounds require a healing move, time in infirmary or hospital or magical healing. You don't have a healing move. You can only provide first aid. So never mind. Nothing happens. Basically, I'm reading this correctly. Recovery is a weird rule, and
Yeah.
rules as written would imply to me that you are dying, and you cannot be saved by first aid.
Bummer.
You're bleeding out through the arm, your artery has been severed, and you are dying.
Wait, how? This puncture wound, that was a 4+ harm, or was that
It's just
a?
3.
It was a 3 harm wound, but I guess how do I say this? When you
So-
take a wound when you're over 4 harm, you are dying, meaning, or you are like past unstable. So it's
So
like
I have not taken 1 plus 4. I'm at the capacity. So like I'm not.
you're not dead.
past-
Otherwise, if I hit you one more time, you're dead. Yeah.
So,
So what I'm saying is that I think the way that I'm interpreting this is that you're
So it looks like-
past. You see what I'm saying? Like you're past 4 harm. I mean, this is obviously an intense moment,
Yeah.
but like you're past 4 harm. So I'm saying you have a wound past 4 harm, right? You're dying, right? If you had an unstable wound, meaning if you got a wound past being unstable, but now he's dying. So I don't know if he can be healed. He needs time in an infirmary or hospital or magical healing.
all right, let me
Yeah.
try to. Technically, I could use magic.
You got some weird?
Does your character know how to use weird? though?
Probably not. So that's why I'm like,
Technically, she might because
You've seen him use healing magic
I-
Well,
before.
and you and I are also part of the same occult study group.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
so
I
I'm
keep
like,
forgetting
I'm
about that.
Yeah.
intrigued. I've never done it,
yeah.
but
Well,
I could
do you
certainly
want to?
try. Yeah.
Do
You
it.
can roll to use magic.
Do or die. Literally.
Yep.
Do or Sammy dies.
Live or let
If you
die.
fail, Sammy dies.
That's not good. Why does he die?
Because on fails, my effect is he dies.
Oh.
No.
I'm gonna die regardless if you don't try.
It's true.
Oh, this isn't fun. but
Somebody
alright.
can somebody can help you,
Yeah.
but that's
Can
up to
you-
you.
Yeah.
Can you see what I'm doing? So
Yeah.
I kind
Yeah.
of help.
Yeah, I can do that.
So
Okay.
while all this is happening, just before you roll, this is what I'm doing while Sammy is getting hurt and everything.
Yep.
I'm lunging for the Tommy gun and getting ready to.
Yeah. So basically, here's what's happening. This creature swipes the blade.
Uh-huh.
You dive under the blade, grab the tummy gun, and fire. As she bends down, you see she says like, "Holy moly, foley boy." Like it's like, and it's like a deep low voice that she doesn't have, and it's just like, and then all of a sudden she raises her hand, and Charlie joins her on the other side to help out. What did you roll? What did you roll to help out? Like,
I didn't.
and then you go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
Is that a 7 for you?
A 7.
I didn't
So-
help at all.
Okay. So
You didn't help at all?
It was a 4.
So Charlie does not. He engages his hand, but it does not add anything beneficial.
Nope.
Okay.
Charlie. Yeah. So this is like the moment
So
where
I
you
heal
just marked
one harm.
experience.
You did?
I did. I do it. But I will take. I will take 1 harm because that's the glitch I'll take.
You choose to do
Yeah.
that. Okay. So she sort of like says, finishing the spell, and just takes some of the damage from you, and she takes the pain. And Sammy, before you die, are just like. And now, what was your kick butt?
11.
Oh gosh!
There we
What
go,
was your extra effect?
Let's see.
Because it's turning with its spear
Right.
and is going to, like,
I'm gonna force them where I want them, which was back towards the portal.
okay. So what was the damage from the Tommy gun?
2.
The creature dissipates. Clang, 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 clang. The spear hits the ground. And as that sort of happens, like the shadow sort of like passes in your direction, you take 2 harm.
Okay.
And that is the end of the fight.
Wild.
So are you also not doing well?
I've taken 4 damage.
So you're unstable.
Yeah.
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 Yes, yeah.
So something needs to be done about him, or he's going to
Yeah.
start. Actually, no. I think you can give him.
Just basic first aid.
Yeah, you can give him
Yeah,
first aid.
basic first aid is me. So,
Somebody give him first aid.
You do that, I'll magically heal
So you just
him.
heal one.
I
Just
will-
heal one.
yeah.
you.
You just heal one.
So now you're stable.
What are you doing?
He's
I'm
magically
healing him,
him.
so that's a 10.
Okay.
Magically heal him.
So you're gonna take
That's magical.
without
what's
issue. Choose your effect. Done. You
Yep,
just give him
so
healing.
erase 1. Yep.
Okay.
all right.
Still unstable. Unless one of those healings made me not unstable.
Basically, you need to go to an infirmary or hospital
Yep.
right now.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna be there as Catherine is kind of bandaging me up. I still have the Tommy gun, just kind of looking back towards the portal. Just keep an eye on things. Like, all right, guys, what do we do now?
You two need to get patched up.
You said my artery in my arm was severed. Can I not have an arm past here?
You want to not?
I mean, I was dead, basically.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Then the spear.
Well, so what I'm saying is that they're healing you over, which is like connecting those arteries, which is like getting you from being dying to now unstable. Right? So you're bleeding out, but like they almost like if we were going to draw that, it would be like these tendrils kind of grow over and fix your arm where it was
Yeah,
severed.
I imagine that when you ran over to me, the spear had cut my arm basically here. And the bottom of my arm was just
Yep.
switch it.
Oh, okay. So not cut all the way through.
No.
What? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Gross.
Okay.
Okay.
Neat.
Yeah, that works.
Well,
So-
I say you two go to the hospital, and then I'm like, kind of, we
Yep.
go and look at
Yep.
the portal.
Yep. We're gonna go check out the light.
I don't think Sam and I are going to get very far on our own. So,
Well, you got Ray.
We've got.
Ray's dying.
We've
So
Ray's dying?
well, he's.
I bet Ray's dead and mad. Right.
We have We have.
Ray-
He's gotta go too.
Ray narratively is like, fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
He's going to be going where you're interning at.
Everything's
Yeah.
fine.
You'll be your patients. It's okay. We'll fix you.
We've been-
We all should leave.
Sammy, what's the number?
Sammy, dying Sammy, talk to
What's
your
the
mic.
number? What's the number for your apartment? We'll call your boys to come over and get you guys.
It's the penthouse.
Okay.
How
Says
about
that.
we take? I mean, we could take them, drop them off. I'll put a door, like a sign on the door saying closed until further notice, and like lock it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the countdown clock continues to move.
I know.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna turn to Catherine and be like, is there a phone in the facility here to be able to call out?
I would assume in the office.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Unstable wounds require first
So-
aid to become stable. While unstable, they may get worse. Right. So you're unstable, and then they require first aid to become stable. So you have to basically get to the 1 to 3 harms threshold in order to not be unstable.
Yeah.
So you're currently unstable. That makes sense.
So I'm gonna call his hotel that he's in and get his boys to come
You
over.
walk
and
over
pick
to the
them
wall
up.
phone. Just,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. What's up?
I need you guys to come over and pick up your boss.
Oh.
We're at the Harborview Fishery.
Okay. Should we call like paramedics? Like, is this like a bad deal?
You're gonna want to have them waiting for sure.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
What story are we gonna tell them?
Woo! Woo! Like you hear like ambulances start.
I
up in
mean,
the distance.
he was helping you. He was helping you investigate, and he was helping you examine the fishery. New to the place, got caught up into machinery. Needs to be taken care of.
Oh wait, is this the story that we're gonna tell
Yeah.
the paramedics?
That's why I was like, what story?
I'm a cop. I can tell them to mind their own business.
All right.
Or I work for
Or-
the cops.
There you
I'm
go.
not a cop.
So is
But-
anybody doing anything about the spear on the floor?
Oh, we are for sure going to be hiding that, and we're going to be taking that to one of the Thaddeus.
So this spear is about 6 feet long.
Okay, so it's a good about half foot taller than Charlie. Okay.
I mean that's
Cool.
traditional.
I think we should keep it and let me fight with it. Joey said that.
I'll tell you right now, it's a 3 harm spear.
And I can do +2 whenever I want and double
Okay.
if I want.
Okay.
We're
You
still
can
going
keep
to take it
but
to
I
the.
still want to investigate like what
Yeah.
So
it
and,
is.
and then is the portal still open? Okay.
Yep.
And
we
and
may
it's-
have to just
and
like
it's not fading.
we may just have to say sorry, Sammy, and continue on with the adventure.
Let him die.
No.
No. The police, the people are coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
away.
No.
You're
I'm
out of
sending.
game. Send
I'm
me to the
sending-
hospital.
Yeah.
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 Go.
Catherine and I are wanting to send these
That's
two
what I
away
wanted
to
to
get
do.
taken care of
Okay.
at the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
okay.
like, that's what I thought. I don't
Yeah.
know.
This is our wheelhouse now.
Okay. So Sammy and I will at least go towards the door so that when Frank and what's his
It's Frank and Tony, isn't it?
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stop
Frank.
it!
Noise.
Stop it!
Yeah, so we'll go by the door and just be ready for Frank and Tony.
All right.
once-
So
once
in
they go.
time, the paramedics arrive, and the boys arrive as well, and Sammy is like carried into the thing. A little bit of like his injury is still residual there, but otherwise the majority of his pain is probably madness, obviously, as he took the brunt of it in the beginning there with that.
Yep.
Right.
And he sort of hurts, but it shouldn't. The adrenaline that's pumping, he's been in enough fights. It shouldn't hurt this bad. But something's telling him to just go to the hospital. Go
Yep.
to the hospital.
Yeah.
So he's going to the hospital. You see, kind of pulling up, just an FYI, somebody that you remember talking to in the past, actually. Somebody who was at the initial party. The individual that you're talking to is Dr. Walter Hastings. He's a clinician. He's a sturdy build, right? Salt and pepper hair, neatly trimmed. Don't quite remember his voice, pardon me. I'll do better next time. But the idea is that he sort of says, yes, I will take him. Okay, come with me. Oh, your limb. Well, we'll be fine. I'll be at my office. I'll take him there instead. It seems that he'll be fine. Because he will. I really don't think it's going to be that big a deal. It will take some time in the infirmary. But anyway, you are evicted from this particular adventure.
Bye. Just kidding.
Why?
So you see as he pulls up and the car drives away. You guys, he's away, and you are now left here. And then he's like, "Oh, should I take the boy?" And does he take Ray?
Yeah,
he takes Ray. And he's
takes
like,
Ray.
"Oh, you
Take the
need
boy."
the asylum." And I'm sure we'll see Ray again. I need to write that down.
And I would say we're kind of wanting to send Harry too, because he's beat the snot as well, aren't you? Are you still stable?
No, I am
not?
I am stable.
You are stable. Okay, then
Yeah,
never mind.
but one more.
yeah.
Something
thing.
you gumshoe you. Something within you tells you to keep going.
You
Yeah.
could heal him magically.
That's true.
And,
Yeah.
and get him back get him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
He
yeah,
also
so
can, he also can take first aid once per adventure.
So you already
Uh,
first
You already
yeah,
did that, so-
already
yeah. Because I was unstable. So, but yeah, we need. You guys can't fight your way out of a paper bag. So,
All right.
all right. So yeah, I'll stay and we're at least investigate the portals, see if we want to go through it.
You look down and you can see you could enter this space. You look in.
The water's drained out. We can just
Hold
walk
your
right
hold
into
your
it.
flash. No, the water's drained out to that depth. Remember,
Yeah.
it's 15 feet down.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
could sort of like climb down.
Yeah.
But you shine your flashlights on it, and you see that it is like stone and vines growing on the stone. It's kind of a overgrown, wet sewer-like space. I'll say that you understand that you did not open a portal to another realm, but in fact
Yeah.
just opened the wall.
All right, guys, are we doing this now that Sammy's off and we'll hopefully get better?
Yeah.
May as well take care of it since we went through all that.
Inward and onward. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this craziness on Whispers of Old Harbor, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Roll to One.